I'm going to present some key data for you on driving distance in this particular case. Even though in the past I've emphasized accuracy, obviously distance helps and makes a difference. And this data shows you what that difference is. So those golfers, according to Arcos data, that have added 10 yards or more on their drive distance, 81% of those people have gained strokes. 65% have gained at least one or more strokes, and 17% have gained 4 or more strokes. So clearly, driving distance helps. For those who have lost 10 yards, 65% have lost strokes, 45% 1 or more strokes, and 9% 4 or more strokes. That's an important statistic for you to bear in mind as you try to get that little bit of extra distance. Aside from obviously fitness and swing speed and other elements that you'll see on other clips, not only of mine but many others, or from your coach, one of the key things to think about with your driver is your angle of attack. So a lot of drivers these days are customizable, can be adjusted. I happen to have a Titleist driver, so you have different settings, flat, neutral, higher, loft. And knowing your angle of attack, which you can get from the different tools you look at, like Swing Caddy, will help you determine what setting you want or is more optimal for you. A fitter may have already helped you with that, but if not, you can not just tinker around with it, but tinker around with it more deliberately based on some of this data. If you have a neutral angle of attack, so at the point of impact it's more neutral as opposed to going up or going down, negative angle of attack, then a 9.5 degree setting, loft setting, will probably gain one about 7 yards or more. So important to know. If you tend to have a more negative angle of attack, particularly if you're really copying your hybrids or your irons, then more loft will gain you more yards. If you have a positive angle of attack, so up on the ball, then you can reduce your loft, and that can gain you as much as 24 yards in distance. So keep those differences in mind when you're looking at distance, even based on your same swing, but the different settings on your driver. Let me now cover 10 quick points on improving your driving as a whole as part of that process. One is improve your posture. One way to check your posture is put your club behind you like this and check your posture and stay in your posture through the swing. So even though you're shifting the weight, you're staying in your posture. So improving your posture is a key element that you may want to look at. Second, you may want to put your club, your ball, if you like, a little more forward. Some people tend to, so that you can actually gain more distance. The other thing I've found is it's really important, so the third thing is to check your spacing. So if you're hitting it on the toe a lot, just move forward half an inch so that the ball is perhaps aligned here, because you are obviously not striking it in the middle, and you're likely to strike it better in the middle according to that. So if you were originally aligning it in the middle, but you're striking the toe, it's to do with your spacing and your reach. So move the alignment a little more, and you'll find you're hitting it in the middle much more. Another key issue is don't forget to tilt your shoulders. So as you set up, make sure you tilt the shoulders. And there was a very popular tip from a long time ago, which is touch your knee. So get in your posture and then touch your knee. You can see my shoulders are now tilted, and that gets me in the right position. Now don't mistake that for weight issues, and I'll come back to that shortly. But your shoulder tilt is key. And you can think of it in the following way. You want to have a nice uppercut. And to do an uppercut, you need your shoulders tilted. Recently, Victor Hovland did a very good clip of how he really tries to get that tilt through his drive. And that's what also prevents him from playing the ball too much right or left. So he hits a lot of straight drives, and that's because he stays in that tilt through the shoulders. And a drill perhaps you can try, or just a move you can try, is think of this as a move. So, if you're warming up, even on the range or on the tee box, think of move. Now, you will see also a very important critical piece, which is that as I do that move, I am keeping my angles the same. So I tilted my shoulders in my setup, and I come back to the same angle. And I'm keeping that the same now on weight. So although I'm keeping my head back, and that's key, my weight is shifted to the front. So as I do that, and that helps that uppercut. Boom. Think of this hand as boom, going up your backhand, something that I watched Cameron Smith practicing. So, boom, 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 in your drive. Some people talk about coming down and then up to help them do that. Personally, I find that a bit confusing for me, so I just find this thought of that drill much better to follow. Use something like this, which is impact tape, or you can spray it with some sunscreen to check your impact point. So check your impact point will help you adjust any of those elements, be it posture, be it your strike point, be it that tilt or lean, be it your ball position. You see here, my strike point was a little high. So I need to perhaps either, if I'm keeping that, it's slightly less for me, or adjust the loft, as the case may be, or make more deliberate attempt to do that uppercut. Two more things to emphasize. One is loosen your grip. So feel it nice and easy. Don't obviously leave it so loose that the club flies out of your hand, but it's about an easy flow. Both an easy flow with a loose grip. And that'll help you, rather than tighten your hands, that'll help you get through the ball. Right, so a nice, easy flow. So think of it almost like a dance. With a loose grip. You see, hitting it much more in the center on the impact point, and that has made a difference. And part of that was just being looser, deliberately thinking the uppercut, and keeping the tilt of the shoulders, going back to that drill, that movement drill. I hope these few key things help you make whatever tweaks are necessary for you to gain that extra yardage, keeping in mind the data that I presented earlier. Hope you enjoyed this. Do comment, do subscribe. See you on the flip side, my friends.